This Fuji race had it all. Drama, action, nail-biting finish, everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We jump right into the quali lap. And we are right here in our quali lap. So we already see at the timing board on the top left that we are even currently leading with our banker lap, so to say. And we go over the line with the second lap, and it's a 40.949. Considering the tire temperature and the window right now, it's okay. And yeah, but we know that we need to do another lap to have a real shot at the pole. And you see already Luke Whitehead beating us with a 14.82, and it looks like if we don't improve, we will drop down the field. So I'm 100% focused here on every corner, braking, hitting the apex early on the power, maximizing the track as you see here to the absolute maximum. Trying to keep here the minimum speed high, don't run too wide here to the left. So we brought the car right in time over to the right side, missed slightly the apex here, but it was still a really proper exit. Maximizing the track, don't touch the curb there on the exit, it will just activate the TC and you will lose a lot of time. Now, really important to brake as late as possible before they happen, but still reach the apex, and we brake really late, really hard. Can we get the car turned to the apex? Slightly. We could have cut a bit more, but it's okay. Trying to get as much minimum speed through this corner. Now it's really important to get the rhythm right for the last section. Don't overshoot the corner. Hit the apex after apex. Okay, first one looks good. Maximizing the track, bringing the car over to the right side, braking just in time. Keeping the car stable. Patience on the power. Don't slide. Now for the last corner, prepare the exit as much as we can early on the throttle. Keep the car rotating. Can we do it or not? Yes, we have a really good throttle application. No oversteer on the exit. And now you already see me in the top right looking to the leaderboard, looking to our lap time, looking at the delta, and it's just swapping, and I'm just like, will we make it? Will we make it? And I think we will make it. We've beaten Luke by 1/10 basically, and you see it was at the end enough. And right into quali, fuel was set up, full send. We know that we have the pace in the car. It's all about just staying essentially ahead of everyone and just extending the gap so we can just get into a nice rhythm and drive away. So that was our target. I'm just double checking everything. If everything looks fine, we are in the race mode in the engine, so everything should be good. Pit limiter is activated, and now we just need to deactivate when the lights go green. So we wait patiently, full focused. Green lights, and what happened? We slept the start. You see already immediately the car behind us is overtaking us. We already lost almost 3 positions. Well, on the inside, that's good, because from blind spot we know we need to be on the inside line, and we try to brake late, and we can make the corner. Luke brakes a bit too late, touches the Lambo, and somehow we still made it through. We see carnage behind us, but we are on P1, and that was so crucial because we know we have the pace to essentially overtake, not everyone, but to stay ahead of everyone, I want to say. And it's just about clean air, and then we know we can win this race. So right from this moment onwards, I knew, okay, I need to control the pace, I need to hit my apexes, I need to minimize my errors as much as I can, because we all know Luke is a crazy good driver, and if we do a mistake, he'll capitalize on it. So from this moment onwards, I was like, yeah, okay, full focus, corner by corner, don't worry too much about what's happening behind you, just focus on your pace, get into a rhythm, and you'll be fine. That was basically what happened right now in my head. And to be honest here, as this was like my first proper championship race in LMU, like especially during the race start, I was quite nervous. So that's why it was even more important for me to just try to shift my brain power, you know, into the moment rather than worrying, you know, if I can make it or not, if that makes sense, right? And it already looks really good. Just almost finishing the first lap, and we're already having like a comfortable 1 second gap. It was really crucial, because we don't want to have Luke in our slipstream. I think the Lambo had a bit more top speed here on this track, so as long as we basically stay out of the slipstream window for Luke, we will be fine. And yeah, 9/10 basically over the line after the first lap is pretty decent, I would say. So now, really important, we need to not overshoot this corner. So do we brake in time? Let's see. Really confident under the brakes, and we hit the first apex perfectly. Maybe even slightly overslowed it because we cut slightly too much. But now, guys, we thought everything is under control. Now we hear live into the video feed. Wow, the race is 45 minutes long. And yeah, you heard it.
Why did I think
we did
14?
a major miscalculation in terms of race lap time, and in hindsight I know why I did it, because I thought, hey, the fixed race will be the same distance or time like the ELMS multi-class races, but that's wrong. And what do we need to do then? We need to save 2 laps of fuel, because we underfueled the car mistakenly by 2 laps. And you already see here in the bottom left, I just increased the safe target lap to +1, which is still not enough. And it shows us, hey, the current target would be 3.96 on the usage, which would be fine. But as I said, it's not only 1 lap we need to save 2 laps, right? So in a couple of moments, I will increase the safe target to +2, because otherwise we would just run out of fuel. And I was like, oh, this can't be it. We have the pace. We have the chance to win the race, but the fuel is in our way. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. We have less than 40 minutes to go. We need to save 2 laps of fuel. And I was like, is it even possible? And I was like, doesn't matter. We won't park the car. We will try it till the end. Doesn't matter what will happen at the end. So, fuel saving wise, what do we try to do? Essentially, the best strategy in LMU, in my opinion, is to lift and coast. Short shifting also helps slightly, but it's not that efficient. So, we really try to just save the fuel by lifting before, especially the hard braking zones. Coast and brake later to save the fuel. And you also see here, even in those corners, we try to lift before the brake a bit, just to essentially continue the fuel save strategy in every single corner, right? This is like our target, and we want to achieve it, of course. Now we drive over the straight again, and we just have an eye on the fuel consumption on the bottom left. What does it say? Okay, we need to have a target about, I think it was 2.9 with 2 laps, but let's see what it says. Yeah, the target is 2.89 essentially, and now we drive over the line. Okay, first lap 2.87. So now next lap again, what do we get? 2.85. So yeah, it looks like we could be in a good rhythm. It's possible, I think, because you also saw, like, lap time wise, we didn't even lose the gap really, so it should be fine. Now the next lap again, what do we get? 2.92, and this is again shows us, well, this lap we consumed too much fuel. And essentially this was like the entire race scenario. It was about trying to lift and coast without losing too much time and seeing how much fuel we save. And that's why I love this actually save target feature in the sim, because otherwise I think we would maybe even save too much or too little, you know. And this really helps us a lot to have this feature in LMU, I have to say. So shout out to the developers at this stage, I would say. And you see 0.03 liters of fuel were like the last step too much. And you also, during the video, you see really well, or in the feed, how we really lift before each braking zone, roll in and brake later just to save the fuel. Now again over the line, let's spectate the bottom left. How much fuel did we consume the last lap? And it is 2.88. So now we were again in the target. So we know, like, we just need to continue like that and we will make it. We just need to get the average down to 2.90. This was like our major mission in this race. On the power here, spectating the gap at the top left, 1.5, really nice. We were still able to extend it. Over the line now, right, again in a few seconds. Let's check the fuel consumption from this lap. What did we get? 2.87, so again still below the target, which is really good. And we see that even the average went now down. So now, at this stage, if we continue the pace like this, we should be fine. Also pace-wise, you see 2.1 seconds ahead of Luke. Everything goes to plan. And yeah, race is controlled, 18 minutes left. We think, yeah, we will make it easily. Nothing really can happen, right? But that's a really good example that you never know what can happen in a race. Because the last lap was 2.86, our average is on 2.87, and it's fine. And now if you look on the top left, you see our name drop, and I was like, hey, what is happening? Don't tell me we have a problem. And you see also again bottom right synchronizing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't tell me my internet provider is messing up my race. Because I'm living in an area where in the evening sometimes the load gets too high, and then it can cause a bit, you know, of not disconnects, but, you know, synchronization issues. which should have been fixed, but it looks like it didn't get fixed completely, and that's why we lost 4 attempts. And you also saw like it completely threw me off guard, and I lost my focus because I was like now worrying about my connection and couldn't really focus to 100% on what happens in the race. You see 3 attempts down, last lap on the others. Here again into the hairpin, we think, yeah, okay, we recovered again a bit, 2.8 seconds of a gap. What can happen now? Normally nothing maybe. We recovered the gap, so all to play for again for us. We can win this race. Even to 2.2 seconds again, so it was normally a nice margin to have. Honestly, I was like, yeah, I'm completely in control again. But yeah, you never know really what can happen, as I said, in a race, especially if you live in Germany with the internet we have, to be honest. So, you see, spectator top left, 2 seconds of a gap, and now we drop again, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's again just like a small connection issue. It will recover again, but it still says synchronizing. I'm like, oh my god, please no, this is such a good race from us, please don't take it away from us. And you see it's still, the gaps increase way too much. Like there's something going wrong essentially. 16 seconds, this can't be it. It looks like we really have like a connection issue. I'm like, okay, if it continues already like for almost 30 seconds, I might need to end the stream and yeah, drive it like that home. And yeah, I'm like even trying to bring the car over here to the left, and then suddenly the connection's back and Luke is just behind us. So we lost all the advantage we have. And the problem now with myself is essentially, you see already he trying to go for the inside in the Heli Corsa. The problem is my focus went so much away from driving and hitting the apexes and braking points to essentially finishing the race and surviving it with the connection, right? And because my focus or my brain power is now not 100% on the driving, essentially what happens is we do more mistakes, we brake too early, too late, and you see Luke is right just behind us, like literally no margin between his and our car. I know if we get another connection loss, we will lose the win, and most of all maybe even have to park the car in DNF, and that would be really unfortunate. And you see he goes for the inside. We try to leave him as much space as he needs, but we don't want to be scared and open the steering, because otherwise he would have gotten us on the straight. And now you see, that's why I said we need to be out of the slipstream, because now in the slipstream the Ferrari has the opportunity to overtake us, right? It's 2 attempts. He stays in the slipstream and now he starts to gain more. If he goes over, but he stays on the left. And now really late he does the move, goes to the left again, and he tries to outbrake us on the exit. We try to be confident on the brakes, don't brake too early. And we made it. We had the chance to defend. He has a really good exit. Only 2 attempts between him and myself. But you normally don't try a move here. But I was like, yeah, okay, I will show him the inside, that I won't give him the space for free. And yeah, it was important, I think, just to, you know, show it to him that we won't basically let him by, you know. Again, still 2 attempts of a gap. I'm braking maybe slightly too late, but we still made the apex. And he's still behind us. I'm like, man, come on, this can't be it. Such a controlled race. And now we are in a position where we need to defend. And the problem is, you also see again on the bottom left, our fuel consumption increased and we are over the target. So I'm like, okay, I need to extend the gap now, get him out of the slipstream, but I still need to stay in the fuel target. And this was messing with my head because it's the last 8 minutes of the race. And I have to say, if you have no engineer in this moment, it's pretty rough, because you need to have like the capacity in your head to think about all those different things at the same time. And doing this while driving, while internet connections are question mark, and fuel and gap and whatever, it's so tough. And you see he has a really good exit, but because we decided essentially a bit of a later apex for this corner, we had a better exit, and that's why we increased the gap quite a lot. So I also said out of this corner, come on man, I tried to push myself because I knew this is our race to win. We have the chance, we need to give our best. And you saw, also in the top left, we had a really good lap. It was a lot of fuel consumption, it was even 3.04, so we were like more than 0.1 over the target, but it was necessary, because otherwise he would still be in the slipstream. And yeah, you also see immediately, oh god, the average is above the target lap time, right? And this means, again, worrying, because we need to have the average on the target level. And this is why the next lap I essentially saved even more fuel. And the cool part was I did such an incredible lap that although the fuel saved, we didn't lose time. And now we essentially arrive on the last lap. I'm braking really, really late. Just try to push now, because I saw in the bottom right we have enough fuel to push for the lap. Because I was like, yeah, I don't want to chill now. I want to stay focused, because if you now rest, you know, and go and you basically go out of your rhythm, you don't know what can happen. So I was like, yeah, I rather try to push for a good lap and stay focused and maybe do then a mistake, but the lap time is still really quick, than just bringing the car home, because the gap was still 1 second, you know. So we brake again here really late on the power at the apex. That was a really nice corner. Gap is at 1 second, and we're just trying to think about nothing but the next corner, because I knew if I do now one mistake, if I brake too late, he will still get me. You also see in the bottom right, fuel only 1.5 liters now after the exit is left for the next corners. 0.65 laps to be precise now. And just watch the fuel level drop while we are basically now in the last sector. Just spectate it, because it's crazy. Gap is still at 1 second. Everything looks fine. Try to hit the apex here on the power. Don't go too aggressive on the throttle, because we don't want to lose the rear. 0.9 now. No mistake, please, in the last corner. We open up the corner, so we have a really good exit, and he can't do nothing. And it's now 0.9 again. And this means we will get the win if we can get over the line. Watch the fuel. 0.6. 0.5 now. And it looks like we can make it, even if we have to lift. And now listen.
Are we fine? Let's go! Come on! Bam, 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 man. With 2 laps to less fuel, 5 liters saved. GG!
I was so happy with this race. I hope you enjoyed this race. It was like my first proper championship win in LMU, and I was super proud about how we managed the fuel saving, because at the start it looked like impossible, but we made it work at the end. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to tune in into the next video or live stream. So yeah, bye bye.